State of Design Festival 2010 has the theme of Change by Design, which has a sustainability focus. In keeping with many of the events that have been presented to us by the industry, Green Magazine's Scale versus Status provides not one but a series of alternatives and propositions for how a sustainable treatment of land, in this case the built environment, can be handled, which is a really obviously important subject matter to be tackled just as Australia becomes almost a world leader in house size per person. This exhibition serves a fundamental purpose in shifting the assumption that bigger is better.
We approached the scale versus status design with a lot of energy, because that's something that we tackle with our day-to-day clients. A lot of people are coming to us wanting to have a greater emphasis on quality rather than quantity, and for us that's integral to sustainable design, making places better rather than bigger, and using less materials, having smaller spaces that have to be heated and cooled, and being more sustainable in doing so.
The brief was met by looking at the smallest living component that I could possibly build to enable the 4 people within the brief to live within. Part of the original design was already met because I've got a living functional space which I currently live in at the moment, which is 36 square metres. So my premise was to take the 36 square metre development and the 36 square metre envelope and develop that up as, again, as small as possible to allow for an additional 2 persons to live in it. On the basis, this was the original 36 square metre envelope, which was then developed into an additional 36 square metre envelope with a wet area down the middle.
It was an interesting brief, one to cater with the challenge of scale, which I think is familiar to many of us with our work, and particularly the work that I've been involved with in recent years. The residential work that I've been dealing with is of a smaller scale, so grappling with issues of site constraints and a tighter site I think is familiar to the work that we've been doing, but I guess the other is coupling that with the notion of status, which I suppose is trying to confront that issue of I suppose notions of luxury, of taste, of those sorts of not always expecting that you're going to have something less, but offering more. So I've taken an approach where I'm trying to make a sense of space and a sense of home. So I've deliberately concentrated the development to the front part of the site to leave a more open space, which could, if you put a series of these similar sort of houses with smaller footprints, could become a green common, community garden space or recreational space, or even some sort of wildlife corridor. And that way, then the issues of dealing or building in a more compact nature doesn't have to be a compromise.
We've been really excited by the level of commitment from architects involved in this project. All of the notes and plans will be available to view online at greenmagazine.com.au, and the winner will be announced in issue 15 of the magazine, due out in late August. We thank the State of Design for inviting us to be part of this festival.